opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Tonight, the Bucks dispel the Orlando Magic once again.
Right back to Giannis, and Giannis, a thunderous left-hand jam again.
Our coverage starts tonight at 6 with Bucks shoot-arounds on your home for the Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
10 o'clock, we have sunshine. We're up to 12 degrees. It's going to be cloudy this afternoon, a high of 23, and snow showers possible tonight. Less than an inch accumulation. Overnight low of 20. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Connie Weber. Confirmation hearings for President-elect Trump's pick for Attorney General underway. In her opening statement, Pam Bondi said America must have one tier of justice for all. She added that under her lead, she will end the partisanship and weaponization of the Department of Justice. More winds expected today across the Los Angeles area as firefighters try to get control of wildfires that have been burning now for more than a week. ABC News Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z.
The biggest area that we're extreme risk for today until 3 p.m., that's that PDS, particularly dangerous situation red flag warning, goes through the San Fernando Valley. It's over toward Ventura, along the 101, the 405.
At least 25 people have been killed in the fires. Thousands of homes have been destroyed. An outage at the Sheboygan Emergency Communications Center. Sheriff's Office says administrative phone lines are down. If residents have an emergency, they need to call 911. AT&T troubleshooting the issue. Non-emergency calls will go on standby. This after 6 counties lost emergency communications in central Wisconsin this week. A fiber optic line was cut. All of the services there have been restored. A proposed U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement detention facility on Milwaukee's northwest side has drawn the ire of the district's alderwoman.
Larissa Taylor says her office received a request through a third party to support ICE as it plans to move into her district at a currently empty warehouse park on West Lake Park Drive. Proposed modifications to the building include a sally port, which would be used to transport prisoners, and a chain link fence with privacy slats. The alderwoman says she will not support either the Department of Homeland Security moving in or any modifications to the building. ICE has not made a public statement about any plans for the facility. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Those credit card interest rates, auto loans, and other fees you and businesses pay banks have added up big time, according to ABC's Chuck Severson.
Wall Street expectations, net income of J.P. Morgan soared 50% to more than $14 billion in the fourth quarter of last year. That from the data firm FactSet. Also higher than expected, J.P. Morgan total managed revenue at over $43 billion, up 10% from a year ago. Wells Fargo also posting a nearly 50% increase in net income, $5.1 billion in the fourth quarter, on total revenue over $20 billion.
Inflation is up, but rose slower than expected. The Consumer Price Index report showed the core annual inflation rate, which excludes food and energy, was 3.2%, slightly better than what analysts had anticipated. Meanwhile, consumer prices ticked up 0.4% year over year. Time for news about your money and the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Investors apparently liked those economic indicators. The Dow right now is up 656 points at 43,175. NASDAQ up 408, 19,452. S&P 500 up 94 at 5,937. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:04.
This report sponsored by the Fireside Theater, the ultimate Elvis tribute musical.
Push one for the money, two for the show, three to get ready now. Go, cat, go.
Elvis is back in the building at the Fireside Theater in Fort Atkinson, and you've never seen anything like it.
Since my baby left me, I found a new place to dwell.
Back in the Building features a rotating cast of the finest award-winning Elvis tribute artists and Anne Margaret, all backed by an incredible live band and ensemble. Experience the eras of Elvis in this legendary feel-good show. From the 50s to the movies, the 60s comeback to the rockin' 70s. It's all here.
Oh, see, See you right up.
Every ticket to the Fireside includes a superb dinner prepared by award-winning chefs and a chance to visit their spectacular gift shops. Hurry, tickets are going fast. Call 920-563-9505 or visit firesidetheater.com. Elvis back in the building, live on stage, January 9th through February 23rd. Only at the Fireside Theater.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Numbness, tingling in the hands, arms, legs, feet. Time to go see Dr. Alex Young and my team at Connect Chiropractic. Regular chiropractic care can bring life-changing results for folks who suffer from neuropathy and fibromyalgia, nervous system issues that can be corrected. And no worries about twisting, cracking, or popping. The docs at Connect Chiro use all the same method, a special tool that is pain-free and effective for your adjustments. Visit them in Delafield and Wauwatosa or get started online at goconnectchiro.com.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. There's a sense of pride, community, and work ethic that's second to none. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. We've been here and will continue to be here for as long as you need us. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Bucks dethroned the Kings after securing a 131-15 win from Fiserv. Giannis led all scorers with 33 points and tallied a triple-double, 13 assists and 11 rebounds. Damian Lillard sunk 24 points as Milwaukee's won 4-5 and improves to 21-17. Bucks host the Magic tonight. College ball, number 7 Marquette took down DePaul 85-83 in overtime. Golden Eagles host Xavier Saturday afternoon. Wisconsin edged Ohio State 70-68 from Kohl Center. Badgers have won 6 straight games and improved to 14-3 on the season. Wisconsin visits USC Saturday afternoon. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited, siding and a whole lot more. And spring training just around the corner. Major League Baseball released the first workout dates for each team yesterday. Pitchers and catchers report February 13th for the Brewers. Full squad arrives in Arizona on the 18th. Take a look at the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. We do have a new crash. This is going to be north. It's at I-43 north at Port Washington Road. It is off right, so blocking the right shoulder. Again, I-43 north, Port Washington Road. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Afternoon cloudiness increasing with a high of 23, and then evening snow showers rolling in. Less than an inch accumulation. Overnight low of 20. Mostly cloudy 36 tomorrow. Partly cloudy, breezy, and mild on Friday up to 42. Much cooler on Saturday with a high of 27. Even colder on Sunday. Sunshine on Sunday, cold with a high of 10 degrees. Madison's at 10. Green Bay at 7. Milwaukee 12 degrees. I'm Connie Weber. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time. 10:08.
We like to do things by the numbers. We're all about commerce and community. Welcome to the Upswing, presented by Horicon Bank, the natural choice for all your banking needs. Now for the host that's always on the upswing, Jeff Sherman.
Now, to business, gentlemen.
Good morning, Wisconsin. Good morning, Milwaukee. Happy Wednesday. No, it's National Bagel Day. Everyone has their favorite bagel place, right? Today's a really good day to maybe taste test a little bit and figure out the differences between the bagels in your town. It's pretty interesting. I live like walking distance to an Einstein's, but I never go there. Not never. I mean, occasionally we'll stop by, but I'm a hometown guy. So I love the bagels at a local place called Alley Boys Bagelery. 2 locations in the Milwaukee area, on the east side of Milwaukee and in Walker's Point. But, you have New York City and Montreal. Those are the big bagel powerhouses, right? It's big business. It's part of the culture there. Milwaukee's holding its own, though, and Alley Boys is bringing it each and every day. I'm really excited to talk to Stacy Lopez. Her and her husband, Ben, own Alley Boys. Everyone thinks that New York has like the lock on bagels. They're like fluffy on the inside and crisp on the outside. It has something to do with the water levels and the city water, maybe, in New York. That's what people think. I think our water here in Milwaukee is pretty great, fresh and clean. So there's a Milwaukee-style bagel that is just absolutely amazing. We're going to learn all about it from Stacy. Plus, we're going to explore the state of the restrooms at your local Starbucks and preview a big story that Wisconsin's Afternoon News is working on for today. Julia Fellow is going to join us in studio, and we're going to talk about the big, I think I'm going to call it a debate. Keep it up, keep it down. I-794 through downtown Milwaukee. But as we do each and every morning, let's go to Up.
Now it's time for the Two Up on the Upswing.
Two Up things around the community, maybe that you are missing. I need to point out Cedarburg Entertainment Center, always a need for more things for people to do in our communities. The Cedarburg Plan Commission has approved a conditional use permit for a 31,000 square foot indoor family entertainment center at the south end of the city. Aaron Gillette from AJ Amusements, Inc. wants to open the center. It's called the Cedarburg Entertainment Center inside an existing building that mainly right now houses manufacturing businesses on Durr Way. I think it's a great use, said Commissioner Jack Arnett, who also thanked Gillette for investing in Cedarburg. Quick overview of the project. It's going to have 18-hole mini golf, laser tag, and arcade snack bar. It's also going to sell beer and wine. Originally, they had planned to have bumper cars, but city planner Mary Shesky said that it's no longer going to be included in the entertainment center in Cedarburg. But good to see more entertainment options in the North Shore for sure. We'll keep an eye on that. Next up, Amazon has continued to progressively tighten its character limitations across all of its listing fields in recent years. And a new policy establishes a universal 200 character limit for most product categories, with some apparel categories facing even stricter restraints of 125. You know when you log on to Amazon and some of these listings have like all these additional words and they're trying to be best and better? What it's all about, it's about improving the search and improving the ability to do paid advertising on the platform. Over time, we've observed that product titles have become longer, and sometimes they include redundant working words or characters that can decrease customer confidence. That's what Amazon said. Yeah, that's pretty clear. So it's good to see this new policy taking shape on Amazon. We'll make our shopping that much easier. Another thing that needs to be made easier, our morning drive. But lots of debate on what should happen through downtown Milwaukee. A lot of opportunity, too. Julia Fellow will join next. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Catch up on Wisconsin's midday news with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty.
It's not the extension of pumpkin spice season. No, it is not a maple cold foam cold brew with artichoke.
In the mornings, Greg will typically drink an iced coffee, a cold coffee. Gina does hot coffee, and then I do tea.
By listening to the Wisconsin's Midday News Podcast.
Darkness Retreat isn't for me. Ayahuasca's probably not for me.
Sponsored by Siding Unlimited.
Join the roar of 18,000 Bucks fans at Fiserv Forum and be a part of the slam dunks, game-changing plays, and electrifying victories live. Witness the edge-of-your-seat action and unforgettable moments as they happen. You don't want to miss this. Grab your calendar, handpick your favorite matchups, and secure your seats for Dame time in Milwaukee and every incredible moment that comes next at bucks.com/tickets. That's bucks.com/tickets.
Ready to tackle your home improvement project this winter? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. As a 5-time President's Club Award winner, Exterior Pros is not playing around. With flexible financing, it's never been easier to invest in your home without breaking the bank. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation today.
I'm WTMJ's Sandy Max. What makes working at Three Pillars so special? Let's hear from my friend Tracy.
One of the things that enticed me about Three Pillars and wanting to work there was their stellar reputation and just being top rated. I got this job. I told people, I told family and friends and people I knew, And every single one of them was like, oh my gosh, you're going to love that place.
Find a rewarding career at 3pillars.org.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. Wisconsin's Afternoon News is working on a big story for today, analyzing all sides, I guess we should say all lanes, of the I-794 debate. Options for the future of Interstate 794 through downtown Milwaukee are expected to be shared to the public later this spring. Julia Fellow from Wisconsin's Afternoon News joins us in studio. Julia, thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
I use it every day. Do you use 794 interchange?
I do often, yes. As I look at downtown, I always say, I believe in the 4 Ds. Like, let me just go through these for you.
Okay.
Density, development, discovery, and diversity. And I think when all those come together, you get magic in downtowns. So when we think about, are we removing a freeway? Are we replacing it? Are we reducing lanes? I wanted to accomplish all that to make downtown better.
Well, what Rethink 794 wants would completely transform what the skyline might look like. So if you text WATCH to 855-616-1620, WATCH to our Sighting Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line, you can see what it is currently. And then Taylor Corsland, who's going to be joining us in the 3 o'clock hour, is going to make his case for why it should look like this. So essentially, the elevated interchange between the Hone Bridge and Marquette Interchange that connects us, and we go right there.
Yeah.
Boom, it's coming down. And then the Clybourne would be widened to 2 lanes both ways. But I asked Debbie Lazaga, how much extra time would that put?
Yeah.
Probably 13 minutes.
13 minutes for
to get through
a commute
to get through Clybourne.
To get through it,
yeah.
Depending on traffic and time and events and everything that's going on.
Right. Yeah, if there's Summerfest, forget about it.
Yeah. I mean, what's your sense of where the project will eventually land? Are you hoping to get more of that today? Because we're talking about 32.5 acres of some of the most valuable real estate in the state that is underneath this highway.
I know.
And I think that's what the developers and one side of this debate are really excited about. Like, wow, look at what we can do to raise the tax base and to create more connections and a more walkable downtown. For me, that's what excites me about this project.
Yeah, and some people think, that's taking away my commute. That's extra gas mileage. That's extra time. The other side says it gets people into downtown, not just a breezeway through. We're not a breezeway through city.
Right.
Why do we have that?
Yeah.
It's 30 acres of primo land.
Yeah, right.
You know that billionaires are going to want to build, stuff. It'd be major investments. The estimated worth, according to architects and people with Rethink794.com, you can go on it, is $1.5 billion. Would bring to the downtown and third ward together. And that's another thing. They're saying it's dividing the third ward and downtown.
Right.
This would bring them together, more cohesive. The streets wouldn't be blocked. But is it going? I think about my Southsiders. Yeah. My Southsiders who want to go from the home to the Market Interchange and easy breezy,
right.
Or if I want to get to the South Side. I mean, it makes it a little more difficult, but that is kind of the point.
Yes.
Is so then people go downtown, look at something and say, oh, I didn't know West Elm was here. I didn't know that the public market was here, which is right underneath 794, directly underneath. But, some people say, removing it makes it simpler and safer. Does it?
Yeah.
I don't know. So there's 3 different options on the table. There's a fall 2024 survey that just took place.
Okay.
And I'm going to talk to the DOT more in depth about this. So it's replace it, like improve it.
Right.
Completely get rid of it. And then the third option, if I can remember, replace, remove, improve.
Yeah, kind of a hybrid option that maybe scales it to street level and creates, I think at the heart of all this, we want to create more connections and more development opportunities in downtown.
The people who also want this to happen and want it to go down say that it's ugly.
Yes. It's a psychological and physical barrier that divides 2 sides of the city. I mean, I've always thought that. And I mean, you merely, again, you look at the pictures and you're like, whoa, what's better? a bunch of lanes of traffic that aren't always busy, or beautiful green space and additional development that we can all live, work, and play in.
And there's one more argument is that they were saying that not a lot of people use it, but I took a look at that. Okay, 73,900 people in the last DOT study every single day use 794 interchange. The Hone Bridge, 42,500. So if you're going to have that argument, then are we going to get rid of the Hone Bridge? No.
That's
794 interchange is used a lot.
Yeah.
So that would be almost 70 to 80,000 more people crowding Clybourne Avenue. So it would add more to the commute. And I talked to Debbie Lazaga about that too.
Yeah. I think you always have to balance the transportation needs with the economic development and the urban design and the community priorities, and a better connected downtown that's anchored to street-friendly, walkable design, in my humble opinion, trumps all traffic and congestion concerns. We want more traffic in downtown, and we want a little bit more congestion because, when places are really busy, people want to be there.
Yeah, I can see that. John and I have completely different views on this.
Yes.
So John and I are going to get in the ring and
all right,
box it out.
I look forward to it.
We also have someone who has an op-ed on how he's vehemently against it. So we have the pro, we have the against, and then we have the DOT, who's Switzerland, on what's next. So they just did the survey. So this could start happening. They could start breaking ground on whatever they do in 2027. Okay?
Very good. Wisconsin's Afternoon News. Today, 3 o'clock, tune in, join the debate. We're going to get there. It's all about the greater good.
794. Should it stay or should it go?
Julie
Join
Fellow,
us.
I appreciate your time. Enjoy the rest of the day. We'll be listening this afternoon. You're listening to The Upswing. This is WTMJ.
Do you hear that? The Milwaukee Boat Show is here. 8 days of boating excellence at the Wisconsin Expo Center at State Fair Park, January 17th through the 19th and the 22nd through the 26th. While you're there, register to win the HO Sports Beacon Eye Kayak from Skipper Buds, the most durable inflatable kayak in the market. Milwaukee Boat Show is back at the Wisconsin State Fair inside the Expo Center. For more information, visit WTMJ.com.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. This is WTMJ's Jeff Sherman speaking on behalf of my good friends at Horicon Bank. Horicon Bank has been doing banking differently since 1896. How? Your financing requests, they can be approved in days. You don't have to wait weeks because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand, providing top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. Horicon Bank, they get the job done. Together, doing good, that's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business grow. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
Special Milwaukee Auto Show Advanced Discount Ticket Offer has been extended to January 22nd. Turns out a lot of people want to come to the auto show. Get your auto show tickets now at a big discount. Buy a single ticket, or how about a pair of tickets for date night? Or you can buy a family 4-pack and take everybody. They can see all the latest vehicles, including cars, trucks, SUVs, luxury cars, and much more. For advanced discount tickets, go to autoshowmilwaukee.com. That's autoshowmilwaukee.com.
This message is sponsored by WisCaregiver.com. Now is the time to start a meaningful career as a caregiver. Make a real difference in people's lives. WisCaregiver.com gives you 2 great options for free. Train for the in-demand caregiver workforce as a CDCP, Certified Direct Care Professional, or become a CNA, Certified Nurse Aide. All training is free. Plus, you can earn a $500 bonus. Learn more. Visit WisCaregiver.com.
I know, it's here. It's January. WTMJ's John Mercure here. If you have the January blues, brighten up your day with a free prime rib dinner tonight at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club, voted the best supper club in the area. When you buy one prime rib dinner, you get a second prime rib dinner free. Or order anything on the menu, your second dinner is always free. Desserts and those huge ice cream drinks. Buy one, get one free. Sip on an old-fashioned, a Manhattan, a bourbon, or choose from over 100 wines on a brand-new wine list. The Fox and Hounds is in the heart of the Kettle Moraine Forest. It is truly a one-of-a-kind gem. The holiday decorations are still up. Check them out. Thousands of lights, Christmas characters. It is a must-see, and those 7 wood-burning fireplaces will keep you warm and cozy on a cold January night. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of the famous Holy Hill Shrine. The drive is beautiful. The restaurant is spectacular this time of year. Enjoy your free prime rib dinner tonight. Reserve at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com. It's the famous Fox and Hounds.
Is that coffee?
That's it. I'm getting 100 cups of coffee, starting now.
Time for a quick look at your coffee and how much it costs. It's the Upswing's Coffee Index.
Smells good. Welcome back to the Upswing. Where'd you get your morning coffee? It's National Bagel Day. You got to have coffee with that. I stopped at Dunkin' this morning. I was close to a Dunkin' Donuts in Whitefish Bay. It's a small cup of coffee, Jazz. Is $3.19 now. The 12 ounce plus the 20-cent tax, $3.39. That's, I don't know.
Anything
12 ounce coffee? No, like a half regular, half decaf. Yeah, at $3.39. That's a little bit more expensive than I'm used to.
Okay, because that's weird. Because I went to BizStars Community Market because it's a nice local place. I like the ambiance. And I got a pour over, and it was only $3.68, and that was with a tip. So I'm honestly very surprised by that.
Okay, I'm a big fan of the Dunkin' coffee. They use kind of the 1.5 tablespoons of coffee for 6 ounces of water, and they're really consistent with that. So the coffee always tastes the same. I appreciate that, but it's getting a little bit more expensive. We'll keep an eye on those prices for you throughout the year. Quick post note on the 794 discussion. I was there day one ribbon cutting for the Park East removal. The Park East Freeway removal has yielded more than $1 billion of private investment in development projects, with a potential for another investment of $250 million on a few remaining undeveloped parcels. So you look at just the absolute success of tearing down the Park East Freeway and what it has created, obviously, around the Deer District and in the Westtown area. It's not exactly the same as this project, but there are a lot of similarities in terms of creating connections, building community, and creating more developable land in downtown. So keep an eye on that as this project continues to move forward. It is about creating connections. It's about creating more walkable, sustainable communities. And always, I believe, when you're looking at development opportunities, you think about people first. Yes, people drive cars, but it's about how people use our downtowns. Well, people use Starbucks in different ways, for sure. Nearly 7 years ago, the world's largest coffee chain began allowing non-paying guests to use its restroom facilities. If you need a point of difference, maybe a little bit, local versus national coffee chains, maybe it's the blend in the coffee, maybe it's the service, maybe it's the price, but sometimes it's that access to the restroom and the bathroom, right? I like Starbucks. I really do. The app works well. I think the coffee is consistent. Plus, I'm just absolutely fascinated by the size and the scale of Starbucks. But I'm a little perplexed by yesterday's news. Kind of a 180-degree move on Monday. Starbucks announced that the company is reversing its open-door policy at all of its company-owned North American stores. And this is according to a policy that was posted online. People who enter the coffee house through the front doors must now order something from the menu to hang out or to use the restrooms. Kind of a new code of conduct that's going to be posted at all the U.S. locations. Will also ban discrimination and harassment, consumption of outside alcohol, smoking, vaping, drug use, panhandling. It's a part of a bigger initiative and a new code of conduct, but it's really interesting that, Starbucks, the place that was truly known as the place you can hang out and work and that third space in your life, right? It's not home. It's not work. but it's a place to meet and a place to gather, is now saying, you know what? We don't want you using the restrooms. I know it's a give and take with all these type of policies, especially when you have to scale it on a national level. But I'm pretty sure I can walk into my local Colectivo or Stone Creek and use the restroom. It'll be interesting to see how this policy works its way through on the local level. Most recent data, there are 145 Starbucks locations in Wisconsin, and that number is a little down from 2022 when they had 176 stores. Keep an eye on this story. Up next, we're talking bagels. But right now, ABC News and local headlines are next.
ABC News, I'm Sherry. Preston. Santa Ana winds are again battering Los Angeles County, where wildfires have been burning for a week now. ABC's Alex Stone.
It is windy here in Pacific Palisades and Malibu, but a bit of good news. It's not the 70-mile-an-hour winds that were feared, so high wind warnings have been allowed to expire. We're still under red flag fire warnings until tonight. I'm on the PCH, Pacific Coast Highway, next to beachside homes that are gone, burned to the ground next to the Pacific Ocean. The destruction of the fire that came through here.
Attorney General nominee Pam Bondi and Secretary of State nominee Marco Rubio, as well as others, taking part in Senate confirmation hearings today. Israeli officials say Gaza's ceasefire talks with Hamas have hit a last-minute snag. Goodbye, red Fruit Loops and brightly colored maraschino cherries. U.S. regulators have banned red dye number 3 from the nation's food supply. It has been banned for 35 years from cosmetics because of potential cancer risks. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 1031. I'm Connie Weber. 2 accidents involving guns in Fond du Lac. First happened Sunday night near My Hill Avenue and Pioneer Road. 20-year-old man from Van Dyne shot himself in the hand while assembling a gun. Didn't realize the magazine was loaded. He's expected to recover. Second happened less than 24 hours later, Tuesday afternoon near Grove and Seymour. 27-year-old man forgot to remove the magazine while cleaning the gun for storage. Fired a round through his bedroom wall. In both incidents, nobody else in either home was hurt. A man's in custody after an attempted bank robbery in Appleton. Police say Martin Scheidermayer entered a Wells Fargo bank Tuesday morning, demanded money, and ran off with an unknown amount of cash. Money was later recovered. The incident did not cause any injuries. Kent Lovern will take the oath of office Thursday to serve as Milwaukee County's 3rd district attorney since the 1960s. Lovern ran unopposed in the November election, plans to focus on prosecuting reckless drivers upon taking office. Time for some news about your money in the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow is up 540 points, 43,058. NASDAQ up 340 at 19,381. S&P 500 up 74 at 5,917. Financial planning at every level. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Details at annexwealth.com. Taking a look at the roads now with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver traffic. We have a new crash. This is off from the right shoulder, though, blocking the shoulder. This is going to be I-41 south, almost a mile beyond the ramp from County KR. Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Afternoon cloudiness increasing with a high of 23. Evening snow showers, less than an inch of accumulation. Overnight low of 20. Mostly cloudy, 36 tomorrow. Partly cloudy, mild, breezy Friday with a high 42. Temperatures fall on Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 27. Sunshine returns Sunday. So do those cold temperatures. High Sunday, 10. It's 10 in Madison, 7 in Green Bay, 12 in Milwaukee. I'm Connie Weber. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 10:33.
Our favorite reason to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler? Free service for life with no fine print. That's right. When you buy your engagement ring or any piece of jewelry at Diamonds Direct, you will never have to pay a dime in the future for sizing, cleaning, or routine maintenance. At Diamonds Direct, there's no gotcha clause, no fine print, no looking for ways to void the warranty. Diamonds Direct, the jeweler you can trust with a no questions asked 100% free lifetime warranty with no strings attached. Come see us to learn more.
Reason number 52 to choose Diamonds Direct over any other jeweler. Only Diamonds Direct gives you a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. Diamonds Direct will give you 110% of your original purchase price toward the new stone. That's 10% more than you paid the first time. Guaranteed appreciation. Who else Experts does this. There's no fine print and no minimum purchase requirement. It's 10% more, period. Buy with confidence. Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion.
Hey, business owners, are you looking to sell your business? I'm sure you have plenty of questions. WTMJ's John Mercure here. Join me for our latest Annex Wealth Management webinar. I'll be joined by Brandon Lehman and Brian Lamborn from Annex Wealth Management as we answer your questions. Who should you consult? And of course, when is the best time for you to sell your business? Sign up for this free webinar on Wednesday, January 29th. Text WEB to 855-616-1620 to sign up for the free webinar. Only here on WTMJ.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman from the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line, which is 855-616-1620. From the 920, I wonder if I went through the drive-thru at Starbucks and bought a coffee, then could I park my car and come in and use the restroom? I think that would be acceptable. I mean, maybe they'll have to, you show the receipt, but they know that you just bought the coffee. You'll be able to use the restroom. That's the Upswing corporate policy for that one. All right. It is National Bagel Day. Stacy Lopez and her husband, Ben Nierenhausen, join us on the phone. They are the owners of Alley Boys Bagelery and Luncheonette. You're closed today. So the fact that you're taking time to join us on the phone, I truly, truly appreciate.
Of course.
Thanks for having us.
There is bagel making happening today, I promise.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, that's part of the beauty, I think, on a real local level of Alley Boys is that, you're open Thursday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 2, and then Saturday and Sunday from 8 to 2, and it creates this unique experience that makes it all that much more special. So give us your backstory. How and what inspired you two to open up your bagel shop here in beautiful Milwaukee?
Well, I think it was a couple different things. I mean, one, my wife being from New York, we quickly realized that there was a lack of quality bagel shops. They were kind of a staple in her diet pretty frequently.
Mm-hmm.
That fact was going to have to change if I was going to stay in Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's good.
And we moved out here with a couple of different concepts, a couple different things, and I think when we found our property on National, it kind of spoke to us, corner bagel shop, and a lot of the flavors that are kind of indicative to this area. I mean, you have a lot of Polish, German, Czech immigrants, and a lot of the flavors of those kind of cultures were very synonymous with the deli concept that we were talking about.
Mm-hmm. So as you got to Milwaukee, kind of how do you look to ensure that consistency in the bagel quality each and every day to make sure, Stacy, that it was consistent with what you had in New York? And what's that recipe look like?
Well, one of the biggest things, of course, is the water. I think that in going over the concepts that, we were debating, the water quality in Milwaukee is actually really, really great.
Mm-hmm.
It's not exactly the same as New York. It's a little bit harder. But it's definitely something good to work with. And in our many, trials and tribulations of just recipe development before we even started this journey, we were turning out a pretty good product.
Yeah.
So it definitely helped to send us in that direction.
So it is.
And I guess
it is all about the water. It is all about the water. I mean, that's not not an urban myth.
Yeah, no, it definitely, I would say it has a lot to do with it, for sure.
So what's been the biggest challenge of running and opening kind of something new in a market our size, especially coming from a larger market?
Bagels were one of the things that, we had both come from very fine dining backgrounds. It's something we had always talked about, so we didn't really have any experience doing bagels in another market.
Okay.
But Milwaukee was very receptive. I think it was a little bit of a stab in the dark. We opened in May of 2020, right when everything was closing, and so we had to quick pivot a little bit with some of the things we wanted to do. But we were very encouraged with the reception that we had. Sorry, we have a 1-year-old in the car, too, so there might be some random shrieks going on. We were very encouraged with, the reception that we got.
Okay. Very good. We're talking with Stacy Lopez and Ben Nierenhausen, the owners of Alley Boys Bakery. 2 locations, one on Milwaukee's east side, another on National Avenue in Walker's Point. When we come back, I want to get the sense of what made you open up a second location, how that east side spot's going, what your plans for expansion are, and just talk about the trends in the bagel and bakery business and how you plan to adapt to them. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde for Excel Custom Decks. I at least like to think I'm an expert when it comes to football, but I know Excel are truly experts when it comes to the art of deck building. With the finest materials and products combined with their superior craftsmanship, they'll deliver exceptional quality and value on everything from backyard decks to pergolas and outdoor kitchens. If you can dream it, Rob and his family can build it. Family-owned Excel Custom Decks delivers decking excellence by design. Visit excelcustomdecks.com to learn more.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Capital Heating and Cooling. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Goodyear, Dunlop, Kelly, Continental, General, you name it, we got it.
Plus, free flat tire repair, free tire rotations, and more.
So when you're due for tire service, schedule it at richlawns.com.
That's Rich Lawns with 2 N's.
Rich Lawns.
Traffic is brought to you by Rejuvenix, your non-surgical joint therapy experts.
Winning in the NFL comes down to the basics, blocking and tackling. In retirement, the certainty of protection and income are the keys to success. And as a former NFL player myself, I have experience with both. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons. Having played on winning teams with the Steelers and Falcons, studying game films helped me mentally prepare for the challenges ahead. Now I star in a new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception to help you visualize and prepare for your 4th quarter of life. You see, you don't retire on your nest egg, but rather the income it can produce. This film shows you exactly how to protect your retirement from stock market drops and produce more income than you thought possible. And it's free for you to view. Call 844-763-2837 right now for your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Don't risk your retirement savings at the goal line. You don't need to be risky to have a winning strategy. Call today to speak with an all-pro retirement specialist to get your free streaming code to watch The Retirement Deception. Call today, 844-763-2837. That's 844-763-2837. MitchLyonsWealth.com, your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sporked called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni Frozen Pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian, taste what all the screamin' is about.
Welcome back to The Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. It's National Bagel Day. I love drilling down on a hyper-local level. A lot of national specials from the big bagel players out there, but on a local level, I think we have pretty amazing bagels in and around greater Milwaukee. One of the best, Alley Boys Bagels. The owners, Stacy Lopez and Ben Nierenhausen, join us via phone. I know you're in the way to the bakery to make the bagels, so I appreciate your time. So talk us through the secret to achieving that perfect chewy texture in bagels. You talked about the water, But what's the process on a baking level, Ben?
Of course, yeah. I mean, the chewiness is going to come from a couple different things. One, bagels are a pretty low hydration dough. It has a pretty small water to flour ratio, and so you're already dealing with a pretty dense dough. But I think the chew that you're speaking of comes from the boiling process, and we use a special kind of proprietary solution that we boil the bagels in before they're baked. The whole process is about a 3-day process where we make our starters with yeast, flour, water on day 1. The dough is kneaded and shaped and proofed day 2, and then they take a little nap overnight before day 3, where they go through that boiling and baking process.
Well, that's an intense hands-on process. What's the volume on a daily and monthly basis in terms of the number of bagels that you're creating and selling?
Oh, geez. I mean, it kind of fluctuates a little bit, the weekdays versus the weekends.
Okay.
And obviously with holidays and things like that, it's gonna ramp up. I mean, we're constantly, running through charts and kind of discussing what we sold and didn't sell each day. It's our goal to never really sell out. We'll sell out of maybe some flavors. But we always want to have some bagels through the course of the day, through the course of service, to make sure everybody gets some. I would say, we're going through, over 1,000 bagels during the weekdays and upwards to probably 2,000 bagels each day on the weekends.
Okay.
And obviously, with holidays and stuff, that fluctuates a bit.
Yeah, Saturdays, especially at your new East Side location, it's always buzzing there. The line's out the door on most Saturday mornings when I stop in. Talk about that decision to open up a second location and kind of move all your bakery operations. How has that gone from a business standpoint for you?
I mean, anytime you go from 1 to 2, whether it's 1 to 2 businesses or 1 to 2 kids, you're going to deal with some challenges. But it really was born out of necessity. We were kind of maxing out with the infrastructure that we had over at National. We were dealing with 2 little tiny pizza deck ovens. It was an upstairs, downstairs situation. So bagels were being made downstairs and carted upstairs to be boiled and baked every morning. So it was much more labor, time intensive, process intensive. If we ever wanted to do more than what we had been doing at National, we needed to expand, namely in the bakery side of things.
All right.
And if we ever want to do anything in the future, we're going to have that facility.
Yeah, it's good to have that flexibility for growth, for sure. How do you see the bagel industry evolving, and how do you continually adapt to just changing consumer preferences?
Of course. I mean, it's just like any kind of food industry. I mean, it's so trendy. I mean, I think we're very fortunate right now. Bagels are having their day in the sun. Our kind of take on it is to always keep it fresh, keep the menu changing. We try to be seasonal. We work with seasonal farms and things like that, and just keeping our special board moving. Never being complacent with just our core menu. Certainly our egg and cheese sandwiches is our bread and butter, so to speak. No pun intended.
Yes.
We always want to keep the ideas flowing. Stacey and I both come from pretty fine dining Michelin-starred backgrounds, working out in California and Napa and out on the East Coast. And so we try to bring some of those things to the equation with some things that might be a little different than what people are used to at their regular average bagel shop.
All right. Well, enjoy National Bagel Day. I know you got a lot of hard work in front of you to prepare for the coming weekend. Quickly, Ben, what's your personal favorite bagel topping combination?
I am going to go, if I'm just going with a bagel and schmear, I'm a fan of the everything bagel with a good slathering of, a solid-sized slathering of honey butter.
All right. And the kids in the background, they seem to be a big fan of that as well. Alley Boys Bagel.
Oh, they're raised on it.
Yes, indeed. Stacey Lopez, Ben Nierenhausen, I appreciate your time. Happy National Bagel Day.
Thank you so much.
Have a great weekend.
You as well. Take care.
All right, coming up next, Elon and Zuckerberg. Lots of news around both of these gentlemen and how it affects our day-to-day business. This is The Upswing. You're listening to WTMJ.
Spend your midday with Wisconsin's Midday News.
I just know you can't see, smell, or taste radon.
No,
and it's important to know that.
And that's the problem here, right?
Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty bring you the latest in news and sports.
Hospitals across the country are under strain as respiratory illnesses surge.
Breaking news, according to ESPN, Mike McCarthy is out as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys.
From 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., only on WTMJ.
Founded by inventors, fueled by community, and focused on business. It's WTMJ's Jeff Sherman for Horicon Bank. They've been doing banking differently since 1896. Financing requests can be approved in days, not weeks, because your banker understands you and your business. Service and products go hand in hand. They provide top-notch products to meet your cash flow needs. And Horicon Bank gets the job done. Together, doing good. That's their vision, and they're committed to doing what it takes to help your business. Horicon Bank, truly the natural choice. Member FDIC.
Who doesn't need a seasonal wardrobe update? But who has the cash to always keep their wardrobe updated? Ladies, that's why you shop St. Vincent de Paul. Our women's clothing is always a highlight of our stores, and thrift store prices keep the costs low. It allows you to experiment and also find a hidden gem. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
If better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today. You can find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS or online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry. Semper-Fi.
SemperFiRoofing.com.
Milwaukee Symphony Orchestra concertmaster Jinwoo Lee is the soloist in the tuneful and romantic violin concerto by Jean Sibelius, January 24th and 25th at the Bradley Symphony Center. Music director Ken David Mazur will lead the MSO in this program, which also features the tone poem Pan and Syrinx by Danish composer Carl Nielsen, as well as this searingly beautiful musical elegy Within Her Arms by British contemporary composer Anna Klein. Tchaikovsky's dazzling Romeo and Juliet rounds out this lush and dreamy program. Visit MSO.org for tickets and more information, or call the box office now at 414-291-7605. The number again for tickets is 414-291-7605.
This message is sponsored by WisCaregiver.com. People across Wisconsin are enjoying the rewards, stability, and flexibility of a career in healthcare. Why not you? WisCaregiver.com gets you started. Choose between two great options. Become a CDCP, Certified Direct Care Professional, or a CNA, Certified Nurse Aide. Training is free, plus earn a $500 bonus. It's easy to start your new career. Learn more at WisCaregiver.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Welcome back to the Upswing. I'm Jeff Sherman. If you're able, and hopefully you are, you can please help the people affected by the California wildfires. You can donate at redcross.org/ESPN. That's redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and help people recover. redcross.org/ESPN. So as we look at the business icons in our country now, so much attention on Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg at Meta, Mark Cuban. So I'm going to do my best to keep an eye on each one of these individuals and what they're saying and how they're positioning and how they're helping grow not only their own businesses, but I'm going to take it from a lens of greater good as we look at these three individuals throughout the year. But first, a little update on Elon Musk. If you missed it yesterday, the Securities and Exchange Commission took a bit of a parting shot at Elon Musk, filing a lawsuit over his alleged failure to properly disclose his purchases of Twitter stock in 2022. The agency is claiming in a complaint filed yesterday in federal court that the billionaire deliberately ignored a deadline to publicly disclose that he acquired more than 5% stake in the company early in 2022, several months before he completed his acquisition of the social media platform. Lawyer for Musk said the action is an admission that the SEC cannot bring, quote, an actual case because Musk has, quote, done nothing wrong and everyone sees this sham for what it's worth. SEC Chair Gary Gensler is due to depart the agency as President Joe Biden's administration draws to a close. So it's kind of an interesting back and forth here, but, you know, the lawsuit has been filed and we'll see how it plays itself out. On the Meta side, let's see what Zuck is up to. Meta is preparing to lay off roughly 3,600 people, or that's 5% of its staff, according to Bloomberg and other news outlets yesterday. We're citing an internal memo at Meta. The terminations will be based upon performance, per the memo from the CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, who has said that he has, quote, decided to raise the bar in preparation for an intense year. Affected employees in the U.S. will be notified February 10th, and Meta plans to refill those roles within the year. You know, the tech job market is getting tough, and you got to wonder if some of Meta's employees will actually live on their own because there are additional changes coming at Meta. You have the ending of fact-checking. You have some of the changes in its conduct policy. You have the disbanding of DEI efforts. So it'll be interesting to keep an eye on what Zuck and Meta are going to do. Zuckerberg recently said on the Joe Rogan podcast that he had all the tools internally to begin to replicate the work of mid-level engineers because of the impact of AI on not only Meta's businesses, but obviously on all of our businesses. Biggest round of cuts at Meta since 2023, when Meta laid off 10,000 employees, during which Zuckerberg dubbed the year of efficiency. Breaking news coming up next at Wisconsin's Midday News around Leinenkugels. Stay tuned for sure. But up next, business headlines. We'll see you tomorrow.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.